program will be like the following. The school will be given an opportunity to share with the parents as to what has actually happened since the incident. The MEC will come in and share with you his weight, and then from there we will request parents to ask questions, and then we'll have a way forward, and then we'll close the meeting. As you know that after that Monday, there were some activities that took place at the school that were talking to the incidents that happened at the school. So we want to unpack and share with yourselves, as you are the main stakeholders, as your learners are the ones that are affected in the school. So without waste of time, I'm going to now ask the school to present to you as to what they do based on the guidelines and the marching orders that was given to us by the MEC. I'm going to hand over back to the school.
They just want me to move this forward.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Thank you. It's not so heavy.
Yeah.
Is that fine like that?
Yeah.
One more, a bit. One more. Yeah.
Dank u.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you are.
Thank you. Mr. Puddle?
Thank you, Director.
Thank you, Director. Good afternoon, parents. Goeiemiddag, ouers. The school started an internal investigation, and throughout this process, we realized the need to appoint an external investigation team to investigate the matters that happened at the school. The reason for this is to ensure a diligent and a due process, to ensure transparency, and to make sure that no party will be prejudiced. The SMT and the SGB wants this investigation and this outcome to be honest and fair to all parties. The independent investigation team already started in last week, and the school and the SGB regards this incident, or the resolution of this incident, as a matter of urgency. Die skool het 'n interne ondersoek begin, en gedurende die ondersoek besef dat ons 'n eksterne ondersoekspan moet aanstel. En die hulp is ingevra van 'n eksterne span. In die lig van deursigtigheid en regverdigheid het die eksterne span begin, en hulle is besig met 'n deursigtige ondersoek om seker te maak dat geen persoon of party benadeel sal word nie. Hierdie ondersoekspan het reeds verlede week met hulle ondersoeke begin. Die skool en die beheerliggaam beskou hierdie as dringend en word ook so hanteer. You can rest assured that your children's futures are still our top priority, and we will always act in the best interest of our learners. Die skool stel steeds u verseker dat ons 'n veilige hawe is vir u kind, en dat ons kwaliteit onderrig by ons skool sal voortgaan. Thank you. In the news, we also have that there is a staff member that was suspended due to various allegations. The external team is also handling this investigation together with the department, and we will soon be giving feedback regarding that. Ons eksterne span is ook besig om die personeellid wat geskort is weens sekere aantuigings te ondersoek, en ons sal binnekort ook aan die departement kan terugvoer gee rondom dit. Baie dankie.
Thank you very much, Mr. Prota. Basically, that's how far the school has gone in terms of addressing the issue of what actually happened the Friday. Now, I'm going to hand over to the MEC, and then after his presentation, then we will interact with the parents. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Program Director, our District Director, Mr. Gauteng. Let me also thank the leadership of the school, represented here by the chairperson of the SGB and the school principal. also acknowledge the leadership of the local municipalities that are here, represented by the executive mayors and speakers that are here, together with the MMC responsible for health and social development. I want to acknowledge the leadership of various formations that are here to support us. We want to thank you so much for availing your time to be with us so that we can solve all the problems that have been identified here. But most importantly, I want to apologize to you parents. We're supposed to meet here on Thursday. Unfortunately, we were confronted by a very strong storm, and it was practically impossible to continue with our meeting. I had an opportunity to have a briefing with some parents that remained here. We agreed to reschedule this meeting to this afternoon, which might have affected other parents that wanted to be here because, you know, weekends, people travel and people have other commitments to adhere to, and they could not be in the position to join us here. I want to assure those parents that are not here that we'll find a way of communicating our decisions to them so that they can participate in these proceedings. But I want to thank you for coming again, regardless that we could not be in a position to meet you on Thursday. Using this meeting, we really believe is going to go a long way in resolving all matters that you want to resolve. Ladies and gentlemen, the reason that we convened you is purely because we are embarking on a very important process, and we feel that we can't embark on that process without the endorsements of parents. I already had a session with the school management team, and the school management team took me through what happened. And on the basis of the information that they provided us, we concurred with their request that the school needs support in terms of change management, but most importantly, diversity management. The school embraced the motto that calls for diversity, but at the same time, welcoming everyone in their school. And I cautioned the school to say, you have taken a decision to make this school a truly South African school. You have taken a decision to truly make your school to be a South African school, a school that opens its gates for everyone. And when you have incidents like this, you may be tempted to say, did we take a right decision? That if we didn't open our school to all South Africans, we'll not have all these problems. And I said to them, don't dare think about that. You have taken an important step. Even those that are still delaying in taking that decision, at one time or moment, they will have to take that decision. And by that time, you'll be miles ahead. So together with the school management, we then agreed that the MEC responsible for social development will help the school in terms of change management and matters related to diversity. I then had an opportunity to allow the local leadership of government to also deposit their views about this school. They've indicated that indeed there are challenges of racism at the school, and the executive mayor of the area went further to indicate that a child was a matriculant in this school last year, and it was heartbreaking when a daughter narrates some of the activities that are taking place in this school. But what I like about what the executive mayor said was that the MEC, our children need to play together in terms of school sports. If they've got school sports or participate in school sports, that's where you build the camaraderie. That's where you build non-racialism. That's where you build friendship. And we took that decision, and I was excited when the principal concurred to say they've introduced new sporting codes in the school, including mountain biking, soccer, cricket, and other sporting codes. So I support the local leadership to say school sports should play a crucial role in ensuring that our children work together. I then had an opportunity to meet with the leadership that you have elected as parents to lead the school. The meeting, the SGB was led by the chairperson of the SGB as well as other members of the SGB that could make it to our meeting.
All right, we come out of that meeting and we'll try and re-establish sound as soon as possible. Gauteng Education MEC Panyaza Lesufi is meeting parents. All right, it seems like we have established audio. Let's take you right back.
Chosen a stance to build diversity, but what is more important, to embrace non-racialism and reject any form of racism within the school premises. They indicated to me they had an RCL camp, the first, because this group of grade 12s are the first non-racial group to be in grade 12. As part of their process, they took these learners to camp to embrace the motto, unity through diversity. And they accept that the incidents that took place here tested them. They tested their belief to a truly non-racial school. And where they are requesting the department, together with the district, to give them support and to give them guidance in ensuring that their school, and I like this part, and I want to embrace it, that their school become an exemplary school to other schools. To me, that is very important, that you become an exemplary to other schools. So my meeting with the SGB ended in that fashion. I then met with the educators because there were allegations leveled against some educators. I must be honest, it was not easy, but it was interesting. The educators indicated the difficulties that confronts them almost on a daily basis. But MEC, here is a child in a class wearing an earring, putting their trousers in the middle of their bums, inside the classroom, and we are not equipped on how best to confront them. That in some instances, if you do so, you might be targeted. And if you don't, you might encourage lawlessness inside your classroom. What is very important was that the educators said, we are here to provide love, we are here to provide teaching, and we are here to be parents, and we love all our children. However, where there are incidents that are taking place within the classroom, is our ability to understand the context in which these incidents are taking place. Simply put, they also felt they need assistance. They need support to manage diversity, and they need support to manage the new environment that they find themselves in, where there are children that they've not taught before, and these children are inside their classroom. But what they emphasized, which is something that I'm taking, is that Jan Viljoen is a functional school. We might have problems, but we are a functional school that is struggling to manage diversity and that is going through a transitional process. And therefore, they feel they need support. They reaffirmed this point. Racism has no room in their school. That themselves, they will do everything to confront racism. I was indeed encouraged by that statement. Obviously, and I'm grateful the principal is quite aware, that the teacher population of this school is not representative of the population of the Republic of South Africa. And the school is moving with speed to rectify that element. They indicated they've just appointed a person in their register, teacher register, so that they move with speed to accommodate that equality. Parents, I went ahead to meet with our learners. I went ahead to meet with our learners. It was a difficult exercise. It was a painful exercise. It was an exercise that till today I regret, but I appreciate it. It was an exercise that we must never, never again expose our children to that kind of a situation, where our children are scared to come to school, where our children feel they are unwanted, that they are third-class citizens in this particular school, where they feel their ancestral calling are called to be demonic, where they feel if they speak a certain language that others don't understand, they are told to stop speaking that language, where they feel they can't even play their own music in their own school, where they also feel that the color of their skin will determine the kind of education or support they will get from their educators. I want to declare it now. It must never happen. I want to declare it to the leadership of this school. We don't want to be reminded where we come from, because where we come from is painful. We want to be reminded of what we can build together to establish a truly non-racial South Africa. This country, this school, belongs to all of us. And all of us must feel safe. All of us must be supported. And I'm using the word all of us deliberately, because all of us mean all of us. And all of us mean all of us. There is no inch of this country that belongs to other people. There is no inch of any part of our schools in this country, in particular in this province, where our children must be reminded of the color of their skin. Our purpose is to ensure that we deliver quality education and save our children from the trauma of racism. We will not breed new racists in this school. We will never tolerate any form of racism, regardless of where it comes from. I was hurt and deeply disappointed that in a meeting that I convened here, parents did exactly what our children did 2 weeks ago, where parents were fighting amongst themselves in this school. No matter who's right or wrong, we must condemn that thing. What it means our children are learning from us. If we can't be disciplined as parents, there's no way that these children can conduct themselves in a manner that we want. So I'm urging you as parents to embrace a truly non-racial South Africa. You might have your feelings. You might have your regrets. You might have your experiences. What we have and what we are committing ourselves and what we are going to do, whether other people like it or not, we are determined to build a truly non-racial South Africa. And for us to build a truly non-racial South Africa, it starts in the classroom. If it can't start there, we'll never achieve it any other place except in the classroom. So the learners expressed their views. I embraced their views, collated the information, and presented it to the team that I'm going to share on way forward. But there is one aspect, dear parents. That aspect I never expected it. I felt we came to the school to deal with issues of racism, only to be confronted with serious allegations of sexual harassment to our children. Our girl children raised serious issues with me. That there is a staff member who continuously invites them to his house. That there is a staff member who made a learner last year in Q4 not to come back to this school because that girl child was scared of that staff member. That there is a staff member that asked them the color of their underwears. That there's a staff member that sees women in our own children. And I want to thank the SGB and thank the district together with the principal. When these allegations were presented to us, I immediately called the SGB and the principal, and we unanimously agreed that that person must not set his foot again here until he has cleared his name. And I want to emphasize that part. The SGB is dealing with that matter, and he must explain to himself, but you can't have children expressing a view to you as the head of education and tomorrow morning they see the same person within their school premises. It doesn't work that way. So after I had all these sessions, I felt I need to hear your side of your story. So we are the last part now, so that we consolidate all stakeholders' views into a document that will hand over to the South African Human Rights Commission for them to investigate and deal with all these matters. So I'm giving you an opportunity as parents. Don't point fingers at each other. Let's point fingers to the direction we want to go to build the South Africa we all love. I'm calling you upon you, parents. When we give you the right to come and express your views here, let it be with respect. Let it be with the view of building. Some of us, you can throw as much mud as possible towards our direction. We will pour soap to clean the mud rather than come back to you. We have no time to fight back, but we have time to build a better South Africa for all of us. We might be insulted. I'm insulted every day by people who misunderstand my stand. I'm insulted every day by people who believe I'm an instigator of racism. But what I know is that I hate racism with a passion, but I'm addicted to non-racialism. You can hate me, you can insult me, but will never oppress our children and our children's children in my presence. That will never happen. I have love and commitment to these children, and I will defend them. Even if it means I'm alone, I will defend them, because these children deserve love and support, nothing else. These are the children that will resolve the problems me and you failed to resolve. And these are the children that will make our country the most beautiful country ever, so that we can embrace them. We will not allow anyone who wants to take us back. We will not even support anyone who wants to sow divisions amongst ourselves, but will give them room and space to expose themselves, and will not stop them and will not deny them. Parents, you've got a beautiful school. Defend it. Parents, you've got a school that can be an example to all South Africans. Cherish that part. Parents, there is no way either one of you can be chased out of this school, because this school belongs to all of us. And I call upon you, embrace each other, accept our limitations, accept that there are things that we didn't know, but we are all human beings, not half human beings. If you accept that, we stand a better chance to have a beautiful school. It's your moment. Seize it. It's in your hands. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, MEC. I think we need to really give him a round of applause, please. Please. Somehow in his presentation, I felt some form of healing. I want to take this opportunity also to acknowledge in our presence that we've got Association of Governing Bodies that is present here with us. And then also, I want to manage the process of interaction between, as the MEC has indicated, that this is the final lap of compiling, information that comes from the school, and you are critical as parents. Maybe what we need to do is to note hands, and then maybe people must come forward, because the technical team, is it possible for us to take the mic there? Mr. Porter? Where's the chairperson? It's only this one. So may I please request, man, humbly so, yeah, maybe you raise your hand, I note you, and then you come down, and then you talk. 1, 2, 3. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. 5, 6, 7. I want 10, and then we'll have the rest the next round. 9. Okay. Oh, yeah. Number 2. Take a full order. We'll take the first 10, and then we'll take another 10. My apologies for the inconvenience. We thought we'd be having roving mics so that we can be taken to. How many do we have there, Cedric? Cedric? Okay, we'll have that order. Number 1.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, good afternoon. Okay. So my name is Tekote Makarian to Akona Winana, who's in grade 12. The learner was injured at school. Here are the photos. I don't know if you can see, but these are the photos of the learner that was injured on school premises. No teacher came to help this boy. No teacher, no first aid kit was given to this boy. They reported the incident. Nothing happened. No teacher came and gave attention to this boy, but we are preaching love and respect. What is that? This boy was injured. He's got a J88 form. It's presiding in his docket there by the police station. Why is this happening? Why is this happening? How is that teachers loving their children? How is that? He's injured on school premises. We gave these people consent for our children. Why now is a child injured on school premises and is wrapped in tissue? He's wrapped in tissue. There's a first aid kit. Couldn't they notify us? They didn't call us the parents. No one called the parents. No one. We saw the child coming with an injury. No one called the parents. How's that? He was attacked by 3 boys. He was attacked, not fighting, attacked. On his way to class, he was attacked and thrown in the window by 3 boys. Where are they now to account for that? Where are they?
Care about them because I think the mics want to capture.
Good afternoon, parents. My name is Vosemo Zikombo, and then I've got Elena. Just for her safety, she's in grade 10. I'm still saying for her safety because I'm not sure of what might happen to her. She will expose her. But she so much loves school, so much that even when she's sick, she'll go to school. But then came a point in time when she would say, Daddy, I'm sick. But immediately after an hour or 2, she'll be fine and running around. After the incident that happened, only then she started spilling the beans. And as a parent, it still pains me today to hear my daughter telling me that so many times she's been thrown with a bottle full of urine while she's having lunch. What kind of a parent will stand for that? What kind of a father will say, it's okay, my child, go to school? I was contributing to the pain that she experienced every single day. Today, here we are. both black and white, simply because of what our kids are going through. I mean, it has got nothing to do with racial. We do have like white boys and girls who are friends with our kids. But today, because of one simple incident, we are all here gathered here. Why? So parents, all that I'm asking from parents, acknowledging you, MEC, and all the leaders surrounding you. Parents, it is up to us to ensure that this has happened to our grandparents, our parents, us, and it can never, ever, ever happen again in our presence in our children's name. Lastly, parents, when I was raised, I was taught that a child is raised by a village. You have so many parents who wanted to come here today, but simply because of the process that has been implemented, they couldn't. Why? Because of they have to produce their IDs. Secondly, they felt that that's apartheid in reverse. And then lastly, the register, yes, it's a good thing. But at the end of the day, what about the uncle of an uncle, paternal aunt? I might not be here, but who's taking care of my child when I'm not here? My aunt or my uncle or my neighbor. So this is how we live. Please, parents, next time when you come with mechanisms, involve us.
Afternoon, everyone. My name is Lerato. I won't also be mentioning the name of my child for security reasons. But like any other parent has mentioned, that kids are always complaining about the things that are happening. My child also once complained about something that happened to a friend when she started to kind of defend a friend, and then she was thrown with a bottle of water, which it was painful. Now she's a kind of a withdrawn child because she doesn't want to speak because there is nothing that has happened, because she complained at school, and then it seems like detention is more on their side, whereas they are not the one who actually started the whole thing. So when I'm standing here, I also have a child at primary, and I'm standing here for every parent. Like my brother has mentioned, that the register part, we understand it, but every parent wanted to be here because these issues, they're not only happening here at the school. These issues are there in other schools. The only reason we are here at this point is because of that video that went viral. If it wasn't for that video that went viral, we wouldn't be here. And that video actually showed other things that were happening, like the sexual harassment part. That initially was not what we came here for, because we came here to fight for racism at our schools. So imagine at the schools where kids, they don't even have phones to capture whatever that is happening. There are lots of parents that have kids not only here, at other schools where the kids have been just held by their neck like a dog to be thrown outside the classes. Because there was no video that was taken and circulated, there's nothing that has been said. And today we're saying the matter is about Yana's matter. It's not about it's not Yana's matter. It's a problem that we have at our schools where our kids are ill-treated. So we're asking from the department that everybody who is responsible, because our kids are not keeping quiet. They come and tell us at home, we come and complain at school, but nothing is done. So those who are responsible, who's supposed to be helping our kids in whatever dismissal or whatever that needs to be done to those who actually started the whole thing, has to take responsibility. So that's all we're pleading for. We are saying not only here in the schools and other schools. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Jan Viljoen Hoerskool and Randfontein parents. Thank you, Mr. MEC, for the opportunity to speak on behalf of the parents. Parents, what happened, happened. We can't undo it. And one thing that I'm 100% sure in my mind is it wasn't racial. It was kids. This is kids attending a school. Kids that want to learn. Kids that want to become something in life. Ladies, gentlemen, yes, there's a lot of errors. There's a lot of errors and I don't decline it. But please bear with me. Parents, don't make this thing a racial or a political thing, please. Because this is not what it is. This is kids. This is our kids. This is mine and yours. This is our school. This is our teachers. This is our government body who's supposed to look after our kids. We want them to be safe. That's all we ask. Doesn't matter race or color. Parents, we should stand together. Let's leave what's behind. Let's move forward. Let's take hands. MEC said it. Parents, we're not going to solve anything by getting involved in fights with each other. As parents, it doesn't solve the problems with the kids at school. Tomorrow they'll be playing together again, and then we still be fighting. So let's please stop it. We've got a couple of demands. I've listened to some of the parents that have spoken so far, and we believe that can assist us and make this place a better place for our kids, a secure place, a place where they could feel safe and study. That's what they're supposed to do. I believe things like video cameras in school, which are there but doesn't work, they should start repair it now. It should work tomorrow. That's not negotiable. Guys, for now, security, yes, and that's not to prevent a racial thing. That's to prevent kids to make errors as they've done on Friday. It's not acceptable. It's not a racial thing. Guys, God is with us. Let's take the opportunity, take it today, and let's make a difference. By God, I believe in every one of you. I believe in our kids. Let's do the best we can as parents. Let's stop fighting against ourselves. And tomorrow, like I said, our kids are going to be friends again. Please, let them get the opportunity to study, to make a difference in this country for the future to come. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, all parents from Jan Viljoen. Black and white, colored, doesn't matter what color you are. We are all parents here gathered today to listen to Mr. Lesufi giving us a feedback of what he thinks happened. First of all, I agree with the previous speech that there must be no racism in school. All right? That's the beginning point. Okay? We mustn't go and find racism when there is another cause. Let's talk about the teacher. Do we victimize the teacher because he stops latecomers from entering the school and now they're ganging up against him? Let's first get the facts. Then we can start saying what we want to say. There must be video cameras to ensure the safety of our kids on the school grounds. Black and white and colored kids, doesn't matter. We all send our kids there to be taught. I'm strongly about racism in the younger generation because they grow up with it. But I'm also strong against racism when it comes from our governing body, our MEC, or whoever it is. Mr. Lesufi had a meeting with learners. He didn't interview one white learner. Yeah. No. We mustn't be racist in this. What's good for the one is good for the other. Did he intervene? Did he interview any of the white parents? No. You can say what you want to. It's a free country. It's my right to ask this. We trust him as an MEC. But the leader against racism must start by them. You can't include students, but half of the students is excluded based on color. That's not right. what would have happened if he done it to the whites and he didn't interview the blacks? What do you think would have happened? So let's think about that. I say here today, let's stop making this racism allegations until the case has been heard. All right? Just as your kids are scared to go to school, how many white kids was in school this week? Because they are scared to go to school. What? You can say what you want to. All right. The black kids were toying inside the school on Monday. Then they went and robbed the Snoopy. What has that got to do with anything? You can say what you want to. That is what happened. Mr. Lesufi, you are our MEC. We want to thank you for coming here to our Randfontein community. But please, we are black and we are white in this community. Thank you very much, Steve.
Good afternoon, everybody. Can I just, please, everybody, I know we're getting emotional and we're getting heated, and this is a sensitive subject. I've got a baby girl in the school, and Mr. Lesufi, you mentioned just now that everybody must be equal, and I couldn't agree with you 100% more. Some of the kids, and I say this politely, please bear with me. Some of the kids were. Okay, excuse. Ek probeer, ek soek net die regte woorde. Okay. Daar is sekere van die kinders wat aangekla is en wat suspend is tot die ondersoek afgehandel is, en ek is alles daarvoor. Al wat ek vra is, ons almal se kinders wat hier sit, almal van ons se kinders moet gelyk behandel word in daai skool. Absoluut gelyk. Een standaard. Een dissiplinêre kode. Een gedragskode. Uniforms, gedrag, alles een. En netjies by die kinders wat aangekla word van rasisme geskort is. En ek stem daarmee saam. Totdat die ondersoek afgehandel word en die bewyse is konkreet, dan word hulle gedisiplineer volgens die skool se dissiplinêre kode. Moet die kinders wat ons skool vandaliseer word, ook gestraf word. Sal ek kan. 1. Mense, ons gaan nie hierdie saak oor rasisme wen as ons dubbelstandaarde handhaaf nie. As sekere kinders vir 'n insident gestraf word en ander kinders kom daarmee weg nie. Ek gaan die volgende stelling wat ek maak, gaan party van julle dink is kontroversieel, maar dis my vaste geloof. Ons almal is gelyk. Ons almal is in staat om goeie goed te doen. Maar almal van ons is in staat tot rasisme ook. Almal. Wit, swart, Asië, gekleed, almal van ons. En as ons nie daai feit in die howe, in ons regering, in alle instellings daar stel nie, en almal onder die kant skeer nie, gaan ons week na week hierso sit en mekaar nie oor kyk en meningsverskille hê en mekaar sleg sê, want ons as groot mense stel die voorbeeld vir ons kinders. Ons as groot mense hou hierdie dinge aan die lewe deur ons kinders. En as ons nie gaan ophou met ons stront nie, gaan oor 50 jaar gaan hierdie kinders nog steeds hierdie fout sê in die skole. So ek vra julle, as daar hierdie kinders skuldig bevind word aan rasisme deur 'n onafhanklike party, laat hulle gestraf word volgens die skoolkode. As daar ander kinders skuldig bevind word, laat hulle die skool vandaliseer. Want daar's baie stories wat rondloop. Klasse gebreek, vensters gebreek, deure afgeruk, onderwysers by kappe afgestamp. As hulle skuldig bevind word, laat almal van hulle onder een kamp geskeer word.
Dankie meneer. Dankie meneer. Ons episode was short.
I just want to put this in context. Some of us are not bench warmers. Let me repeat it. Some of us are not bench warmers. We are there throughout, with the school, with the management, governance, with issues of the learner. I was at AB when Mefruf Lieber was there. We were at SGB, we transformed the school. I was at Advante, we are there, we transformed the school. And here, we are going to transform the school as well. And then we didn't make any hopes, we didn't try everybody, we didn't make slogans of nothing. We sat down and negotiated for the best kids of IT. This is a saying that has happened. Somebody said, if you don't sit down and discuss as wise people, we are going to all perish like fools. Let me repeat it again. If you don't sit down and discuss as wise people, intelligent, about the issues that affect our country, we are all going to perish as fools, all of us. There is no time like that. Let me tell you, we can be in denial. There is structural racism. When you call me as a parent in a stadium when there is a wall there, that is racism. Let me tell you, these people should be accommodated. Last week, Mr. Panyaza Lesufi, even if he came 6:30 last week, when we were in the hall there, we should have talked and finished the meeting. But because there is no trust, we are brought in the stadium as if we are going to play ball. Next time, I'm not coming here as a parent. We go into the hall there and discuss our issues. Number two, when my child, that is why I'm saying something. MEC said we must provide solutions. My child, when they were coming here for induction, when he came home, he said, I was very disturbed. We were divided into white and blacks in an induction. This is fractional racism. So it's not just happening because if the teachers are all white, it is the structure of the school that is permitted this. So all I'm saying is, let's acknowledge that you have done mistakes and move away from them. Let's not point fingers at other people. The last thing I just want to say, people, please, Mr. Panyaza, I don't know, I think he's a man of steel. It's difficult really to talk like that when there is such challenges that are happening. All I'm asking is the parents, let's come together and go to the school and sit down and address the issues of our children. But let's not deny there was something. And it's only kids that have done that. The parents are involved as well. You can go outside there. You can go and stand outside now as I'm speaking and see the people who are left outside there. They are not supposed to be here, but they are there. Because they are coming to protect the issues that they belong. The school should not change. It's not going to happen. Please, let's move forward as a people and go and continue to work for the majority. If you come back to the school, next time we elect the SGB, it must be all representatives. I am going to be there, elect me, I'm going to there and serve you again.
Good evening, parents. Good evening, Mr. Lesufi and all the others. I'm grateful to stand here today through the grace of God that I'm standing here, but very, very heartbroken. I have a son, Joseph Ori. My name is Susan Titus. Joseph, the first year of his high school at Jan Viljoen, there was a racial issue. Joseph told me he wanted to go to the toilet, but from my side he was wrong, because what did he do the whole time for not getting to the toilet when it was break time? So we want to go to the toilet. George told him, no, you are not going. He said, okay, sir. And then the white guy come, Joseph said, the white guy come, and he said, sir, I want to go to the toilet. He said, yes, you can go. And Joseph said, oh, no, Joseph is my child. He said, oh, that is not going to happen, sir. Then I'm also going to the toilet, because why did you let this one go and not let me go? And then Joseph went to the toilet. Joseph said when he was there, the two, hoe noem julle die head boys, praat Engels. Die hoofsien, ja, die head boys, ja. En hulle kom, ek is in my klaskamer, ek gee les. They are coming to my class. He lift up my boy like that, a small, tiny boy. They lift him up like that from Jan Viljoen to Betsy and throw him in my class and say to me, there's your gemors. Fuck it up with you. I say, sir, you're coming to my class. You're talking to me like that. I say, oh, no, I'm not going to tolerate it. Okay? And I ask God to come. I say, what happened here? He said, yeah, this fucking child of you don't know how to speak to me. And he's talking, he's speaking, and he say. And I say, okay, sir, that is a story. I say, Joseph, give me your story also. And he said to me, listen here, I am not going to listen to your child's black shit. Ooh, that was enough. I grabbed him. I told him, listen here, you are going to listen to my child's black shit because I'm going to listen, my child is going to listen to your white shit. Because you can't say to me, I mean really. The next morning, I was so angry, I didn't go to the principal. I went to the principal. I told the principal what happened. The principal ensured me, okay, we're going to call you, blah, 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 blah. Really, he did call me. Where's Mr. George? The second incident happened. My son went to with the bus, and when they come back, he was sitting on that white guy, child was sitting on his place. And Joseph told him, like Joseph said, and the others also said, please make space, I want to sit. No, you're not going to sit here. And they are fighting in the bus. And they thought it's over. The next morning at school, the school told this boy's parents, go and open a case. My son has 2 criminal records. I mean, how can a school make a child criminal? So small. Okay, and the police take my child. They locked him up with school clothes for 2 hours. I didn't even know that. When I came there at the court, Joseph is crying. Why are you crying now, oh my kid? The police was locked me up for 2 hours. Now they didn't know it. And now we've got a criminal record. And the parents come and they say, okay, we're going to withdraw the case from Joseph. But Joseph has a criminal record. A month ago, Joseph came to the stadium. 4 of his Jan Viljoen children. Is that right? All 4 of them, both of them didn't have school clothes on. They said they asked 10 rand at the gate. They paid the 10 rand because they don't have school clothes on. And Joseph came with this box that was wrong of him to come with a jukebox and come and want to make his own music, but he said he didn't make it. They searched him for dacha and drugs for all of them, both of them. They didn't find anything on them. Joseph said when he walked, you know what, man? God is very good. Because on Thursday, that emotion, I don't let emotions control me. But on Thursday, that emotions really control me when I look at that steps. Joseph said when he went up to the steps, one of the other guys called him, he go. And then Mrs. Hoerskool called him, Joseph, come here. And he said, go, he come. And Mrs. Hoerskool told him, Joseph, we don't want you blacks here because you are only selling drugs. And Joseph said to him, ma'am, I'm not even smoking a cigarette. What will I come and make with drugs here? Here is EPR. Let EPR come and search me because they did search me and they didn't find anything on me. And Mr. Hoerskool called a new teacher, Mr. Roo, and he come and grab my child off from those stairs. And he pushed him. And Joseph said, oh my God, wasn't it for those rails? I should have break my arm or my mouth because I was grabbing like this. Okay. And, okay, now Joseph is the whole victim in the whole story. When they push him out and Joseph said, he said to Mrs. Hoerskool, okay, just give me my 10 rand. I only want my 10 rand, let me go home. And when he get at the gate, Rocco come. Jy het hulle nou gelos, hoe praat hulle almal? Rocco come. Bly nou stil man. Rocco come and take him in front of his chest. And Rocco threw him out of the gate. And he said to Rocco, but your mother got my 10 rand. And then when he falls, he picked up a brick. And he said to Rocco, I'm going to kill you with this brick. And then all of them turned the whole story. Rocco's mother, the two teachers, I mean a teacher, they said Joseph had a gun. And I asked them, a gun and a brick, is there not the difference between a gun and a brick? But the better story of all, the better part of all, Mr. IDSO, David, was sitting in the meeting. They didn't ask him, sir. They asked him, any questions for Joseph? He said no. Any questions to this meneer? Nee, hy het nie aan, hy het nie vra nie. Hy moes die meneer gesê het, meneer, dis jou eerste jaar. Hoe kry jy reg om kinders te vat en rond te pluk? Ek is baie kwaad en hy het dit nie gevra nie. Nou Joseph se court case is aan, my kind het nou 'n second criminal record. Maar hulle gaan nie, Rocco kan nie hof toe gaan nie. Niemand kan hof toe gaan nie. Maar Joseph moet na hof toe gaan. Ek meen is dit reg? Is dit right? That's little boy, you can't talk on the record. Racism, no, it doesn't work like that. But I told them, I'm going to pray to God. I fast for 2-3 days only with water. And I pray to God, I say, God, let the truth be revealed at the Jan Viljoen before the end of February. And my God did it for me.
Thank you.
Ek is moe van die school, ek is erg moe.
Thank you very much. Parents, as you know that I need to take her around. Leader.
Thank you very much, MEC. Let me first start by saying your apologies accepted. This is Nozipho Mapena here, the Nozipho Mapena MEC. I'm part of the parents who organized a protest in Jan Viljoen, and I'm not ashamed of that. MEC, in your deliberation with all the stakeholders that you spoke about, I did not hear you saying, where is Hoerskool? And I'm asking you for the second time, where is Hoerskool? Because this Rocco boy thinks that he is the Messiah of Jan Viljoen. And we will not accept the fact that Rocco can handle our kids and do as he pleases with our kids. My child is very sweet, MEC, very sweet. She's not like me. My bosses know me. Mama last time, MEC, was thrown by a chair. This is one reason that I am so mad at this whole behavior in the school. And she came to me, I then said to her, because I'm a politician, go to school. The second time, I have my own way of disciplining my kids, but that is not physical. So if anyone goes physical with my kids, I retaliate. And I retaliate very hard. So the other one, MEC, we cannot come here and not request for a name change here in Viljoen. The name must change and change as in yesterday. Number 3, MEC, I like when you say that we must acknowledge our ancestral callings. We are a black people. We have different ways of our ancestral callings. So each and every person in this school must embrace the cultural belief system. As MEC, you must also visit Ribegrant. You must also visit Gerrit. You must also visit Rapis. Because Rapis was a very particular area as white people. And we must not be shy, comrades, to say these things. But the other thing, these white teachers who are saying to our kids the only place where they will work is in retail stores. It must just stop as in yesterday. It must just stop. The other issue, when I went to Jan Viljoen, I read that much and I'm very proud. Let me see if you can go out. When I spoke to you, go out of the stadium as we speak. You'll see these khaki people. They have mobilized themselves. But when we mobilize our stakeholders, we are told that we are wrong. So a village can raise a child. So because of they believe in their khaki t-shirts, and whoever that we want to bring to this school for just a year thing, just for support, moral support. So it is correct when they bring their own private security against ourselves. So now I refuse MEC. Majoro, I refuse that my child must be abused by a white racist child. And I will not accept, I'd rather be disciplined, Majoro. Mar, with my kids, everything can just stop. Thank you very much, MEC.
How many do we have now?
One more.
One more. Is that last one? Yeah. Okay.
MEC, welcome. Thank you. I don't have much to say, MEC. I only have a question. I believe it was Mr. Botha, right? Who spoke on behalf of the school. And Mr. Botha stated that the SGB is going to investigate. Is it the same SGB, MEC? Is it the same SGB that has been failing us, MEC? The same SGB, the same one. The very same one. The same SGB where those teachers, Batuban, Yenaloy, where that teacher has been abusing children. The same SGB that have turned a blind eye. The same SGB must now go and investigate. And we must now believe, I know he must investigate. No. It can't be. It cannot be. It cannot be. You mean if I must now go and investigate myself, will I ever find myself guilty? Seriously, go. So now, all I would like to hear from you, MEC, when Nigeria elected official, MEC, if the same SGP is going to investigate, then there is no point. There isn't a point. Singapela MEC. Otherwise, we go Shangambela Nas.
Dimelan. Afternoon, parents. I think as parents we are here for one reason. We should not forget that reason. We want solutions. We want to see a future for our children. That is all I'm hoping for. But I want to say this to parents, to all parents. Until we, as the adults, we take a good look at ourselves. We face the hard truths. What our kids are doing today is a reflection on us, what we teach them in our homes. We need to be truthful about that until we are ready to face that and say, how our kids behaving out there is what we teach them in our homes. We will never get solutions, so we need to be straight and forward. If my child goes out there and be racist to another child, is what I teach them in my house. If my child goes out and be rude to a teacher, is what I teach in my house. So, MEC, I don't want to prolong this and mix it. I just got two questions that I have. What is the plan to the school management to fix and balance the representation of teachers? We need to have across spectrum in all phases. We're talking we need to have a balance of female teachers and male teachers, black teachers, colored teachers, the representation of everybody that is here. That's what we want to see in school. So, Mr. MEC, that is the homework I want to give you.
Parents, Batswadi, I think we are running against time here. We take it that we will deal with this round. The MEC is prepared to respond to the issues that are raised. But as you know that there's a process that is unfolding, as I indicated, at the school. But can we allow, please, the parent, the MEC to respond, and then we'll take it from there. Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you. Thank you so much, Program Director. Let me thank all the parents that came here to raise their issues. I'm not going to respond to all of them, but I've noted all of them. Remember, the purpose of this meeting was to allow you to deposit your inputs as well, so that everyone can be heard and everyone's concerns can be recorded. So we have recorded your concerns. I missed one component. I think the first speaker, Mr. Kwinani, if I'm not mistaken, raised that. I missed when I was briefing you earlier on that I met with the parents of the victims. I had a session with them as well. They raised their views, they raised their concern, including what Mr. Kwinani has raised about lack of first aid and the manner in which their children were treated. So that part is covered. But from all the issues that have been raised here, it's quite clear, even you parents, you need assistance in terms of change management. Even you parents, you need to spend more time together as parents of your own children in this school. Even you as parents, you need to have time to come to this school and start a process that will ensure that this school is safe. It is your school, after all. If you are going to rely on me, or rely on the district, or rely on other people to fix your school, that is not going to happen. It is you as parents that must take charge of this school and ensure that everything is sorted in this particular school. The second point, all the issues of discipline and allegations against certain individuals and other educators or learners are part of the probe. So we are going to deposit them in that store where we are storing all the problems. We've got the video footages, we've got social network, and everything that was said about this school. We now have that evidence. We waited for the evidence of parents you gave us, and that evidence is going to be deposited. I accept the issue of the CCTV's principle. I'm not sure they're working or not working. Those that say that the CCTV cameras must work, this is a huge school, will indeed need those CCTVs. But parents, and I'll say it to the school management, we must not form vigilante groups and other people that claim they're protecting this school using other ulterior motives. The only law enforcement agencies that we have is the South African Police Force. And if any other person feels threatened, there are processes in government that need to be followed. I kept quiet the last time when I was here, and I can see this trend is continuing. Our schools are gun-free environment. And the only person that is allowed to carry a weapon is a law enforcement agency. But because we understood what was happening in this school, we gave it a blind eye. But it must not be a culture that must be allowed to continue in this school. And I hope those that are in charge have heard me on that aspect. The second thing I want to reject, that we convened you here purely because this school has a systematic racism. We could not use the wall because the capacity of the wall is small, and also we need to observe COVID regulations. And that's the only reason that we are here. Any other allegation otherwise, I want to emphasize that point. It's not true. We will meet in the wall if we meet the capacity of meeting in the wall. If we don't meet that capacity, will meet you the way we are meeting you. I want to appreciate all those parents that made a firm commitment to build this school. And I want to thank all those parents that also committed to be instrumental in turning things around in this school. I don't mind good people. And I want to emphasize this point because sometimes we misunderstand things. And there's a parent that raised this thing. I don't mind transformation. I am for transformation. But transformation must not be equal to ill discipline. I just want to emphasize that point. I've seen many schools, people disguise and use other nice ways to take the school down the drain. And transformation does not mean poor quality of education. Transformation can mean good quality education. And I'm urging you, we can be representative at whatever level, learner level, teacher level, SGB level, and all other levels. But that does not mean we must tolerate ill discipline. And your parents, there are some children that I met here. I must be honest myself. You can't have a child come into this school wearing other school uniforms rather than the school uniform of this school. And it can't be tolerated, good people. And you can't have a child living your own family and you can't control that child and you expect teachers to control that child. If you can't control your own child, suffer the consequences of not controlling your own child. You must not hand over that responsibility to us. So we want to emphasize that particular point, that in advancing, supporting, and defending transformation, we must not do wrong things. That we must do things according to the book. If these are the laws of the school, until you meet as SGBs and change the laws of the school, those remain the laws of the school. And everyone must adhere to those particular laws. And it also goes to those that are proud that their children are at this particular school, but when they have to do what is due to this particular school, they've got excuses. If you commit to pay school fees, you must pay school fees on time. If you can't, please notify the school. You can't keep quiet at the end of the year, carrying 2 cell phones and a very expensive car, you come and claim you can't pay school fees. It doesn't work that way. That's how you destroy a good school. So I'm saying, as we move forward, good people, let's let go of the bad things and carry on with the good things. And I take your advices, I take all the issues that we've raised, including the insults. I mean, there are some parents come here and openly insult us. I told you, I've got a bag full of soap. I will wash the insult. I'm not prepared to respond to insults. If you say I addressed only black kids, shame on you. Shame on you. I addressed school kids of Jan Viljoen. Those that didn't want to come to the meeting, it's their choice and it's their democratic right. I also was confronted, those that were with me, I was confronted by white kids who endorsed the need to resolve problems in this particular school. So feel free to insult me. The name Panyaza rings nicely. And I know sometimes I'm even insulted by just mentioning my name because others can't even mention my name. Panyaza, Panyaza, or other things. I take courage that my only sin in this world, and you can record it, My only sin in this world is to reverse everything one ancestor called Hendrik Verwoerd did in our education system. That's my only sin. And I'm not apologetic, because the future belongs to all of us. And you can say whatever you say about racism. There's one gentleman who said, this is not about racism, kids are being kids. You can say whatever about racism. We believed in non-racialism even before we saw non-racialism, because we know the pain of racism. That pain, we don't want to extend it to any other person. You can think our commitment to non-racialism is a demonstration of stupidity. You can think our commitment to non-racialism is because we are fools. We are not. But don't stretch our patience, because that patience is not forever. We want to truly build, and there's one gentleman, I think you are the last person, you raised an issue about the SGB investigating themselves. You are correct, but your last statement was not correct. You can't come here and threaten violence. We must not do that. So, the SGB is not going to investigate themselves. The SMT is not going to investigate themselves. The district is not going to investigate. I've appointed, and I'm happy that the South African Human Rights have agreed. The South African Human Rights will investigate everyone from Roko to Roko Mama or whoever in this particular school. So there is an independent body that is going to investigate everyone. And I'll come to you with their final report. And if the final report say MEC act, let me tell you, I will not only act, but I will act decisively. Because that's what we need to do to bring harmony. But dear parents, I'm still owning you. You've got a beautiful school. Protect it. It starts like this to destroy a good school. There are other people that wish to bring their children here, but they can't. You have an opportunity because your child is here. Don't destroy this infrastructure. This infrastructure belongs to all of us. And I plead with you, pay your dues, play your role as parents. And let's not turn this particular school to be football that we can play with. We can't afford to gamble with the future of our children. We must not be selfish. Those who taught you, those who took care of you, did that so that you can take care of these children as well. So I'm expecting you to love these children, and I'm expecting you to ensure that this particular school become a model for a truly non-racial South Africa. I wish you well. Thank you so much for coming. And the next time I come here, I want all of us to hold each other, singing Shosholoza or singing any particular song that will gear our children. I committed to the principal. I said the next rugby match or soccer match or cricket match, I will come here to support Jan Viljoen in the rugby match, to demonstrate that this school has not taken a wrong decision to embrace everyone. The issue of the name of the school is not my issue. It's an issue of you parents. Don't run away from it. It's your responsibility. Thank you so much. I wish you well. And one day we'll all be fine and be happy. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, starting the program a little bit late this afternoon, the Gauteng Education MEC Panyaza Lesufi, as you saw there, addressing parents from Jan Viljoen Hoerskool Jan Viljoen this afternoon. Of course, following racial tensions at that school, the school in Randfontein, west of Johannesburg.